In this short video, I'm going to introduce basic techniques, stance work and basics, which is the foundation of all of our techniques, sparring, forms, everything that we do. We got to have good foundation, good basics. So definitely want to encourage you to practice this as much as possible at home. I'm going to introduce the techniques that we're going to go through, but I'm not going to do all the reps to save time. So this video, so I'm going to encourage you at home, after I explain a technique, to push pause and do the reps. 10 reps, 20 reps, 30 reps, I'll leave that up to you, but count reps and set goals and go through all these moves and do lots of repetitions. So I hope you enjoy. So we're going to start off with stance work. Martial arts is like building a house. Got to start at the foundation before you do your techniques. So let's go through our basic stances and practice. Attention position is feet together, hands at your side. And there's a reason why we stand like this, because when your body pays attention, your mind pays attention. So I always like beginning my training, gathering my mind and my body, showing gratitude, and then going into my ready stance, which is stepping out into a natural stance, closing my hands into a fist, contracting my elbows as I inhale, exhaling my hands in a fist down, one thumb width apart, knuckles facing down, elbows soft, shoulders away from the ears, hips forward, looking straight ahead, aware of your whole body and your surroundings. So let's try that one more time. From attention, feet together, hands at your side, and then go into your ready stance to me. Okay, let's go through some basic stances. So you're gonna put, I'm teaching mirror image, so if you're watching me, you're gonna put your right leg back. So we're mirror image. And we're gonna start off with an open side stance. This would be a closed side stance. This is an open side stance. So you can see I have a nice wide base. My front foot and knee are straight ahead. My back foot and knee is off to the side. And I'm pressing my knee out. Common mistake is this. No good. We want our knees in line with our toes. Okay, and you can only bend your knees as low as you can do it without bending forward. So you need your hips forward, good energy on your heels, knees open in line with the toes, 90 degrees. Okay? And for leg strengthening, right, we're going to just keep our hips forward and we're going to play with the edge being where you don't think you can go anymore. So I'm right about there, and then I'm just going to go a little lower, 10 times. Notice how I'm bouncing smoothly and mindfully. Okay, now I'm going to rotate into a forward stance. That means the back foot's going to turn all the way forward. If you can't get your foot all the way forward, you're too long. Back foot all the way forward, back heel on the ground. This is a forward stance, 70% of my weight on my front leg. Front knee bent. If I look down, I shouldn't be able to see my toes. Back leg is locked. Energy, everything facing forward. And now we're just going to play with our edge on this stance for leg strength. Okay, now we're going to go to a back stance. So rotating my back foot to 90 degrees again, and then shortening and closing up my stance a little bit. Good way to find your back stance, corner of a box, 90 degrees. Step out with your front foot without shifting any weight forward. See how my hips are staying in the same place? And I'm just stepping out and sinking down, falling on the back leg. I like to call this a 90-90 stance because 90 degrees and 90% of your weight on your back leg. It's a leg burner. We're getting in here. So again, only bend down as low as you can with it, keeping your posture straight. And then we're going to just fall on our back leg 10 times. Okay, and then we're going to go to a cross-legged stance for those of you who know this one. See how I maintained my openness towards this direction, not turning the belly button forward, keeping my 90-degree posture with my feet and my knees, and just crossing my legs. We call this a cross-legged stance. There's a tendency in this one to want to turn forward, So to help resist that tendency, I'm gonna open my chest and my shoulders up so this arm's back and this arm's forward, just making a nice line. And I'm gonna play with this stance 10 times. Okay, last one. Stepping back out into a forward stance, but we're gonna do an adjusted forward stance. So instead of a big long one with my back leg locked and my back heel on the ground, shorter. So I shorten that up. This is a long one we use for forms and basics. This is an adjusted forward stance we use for sparring. It's more mobile. So both knees bent, front foot flat, back foot on the ball of the foot, everything facing straight ahead. And some of you know lunges, so we're gonna do some lunges and open up our hip flexor as we work this stance. So I'm gonna drive my hips and my knees forward, this elbow coming up, other one coming back. So this elbow coming up, opening the hip flexor and the psoas on this side. So I'm just gonna do 10 of those. Shh. Forward. Shh. Shh. Okay. And then, of course, we would do the other side. So I'll run through this a little quicker. 90 degrees, open side stance, hips forward, spine straight. And rotating. You notice you should be able to just go from a sparring stance to a forward stance. They're interchangeable, same width and length. Making sure the back foot's straight ahead, back leg locked, heel down. Rotating my back foot 90 degrees, adjusting, closing, and shortening my stance. 1, hip stay, 2, and pulling this hip back without changing the orientation of my body, reaching this arm, and cross-legged. Going back out into a forward stance, and then adjusting it. You notice how when I get my hips really forward and I sink down into this adjusted forward stance, this femur, pretty vertical. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this elbow lifting to open through here, forward and down. Chaze, stance work.